Optimizing your Blubrry Powerpress plugin to help get found in iTunes search. In this episode of Podcastification. My name is Carey Green, and I am the client happiness guy at podcastfasttrack.com, and this is Podcastification. This show is all about podcasting. How to do it, how not to do it, best practices, interesting news items that have to do with the realm of podcasting, and who knows what else. And I'm trying to do it all with a little bit of fun and some information to help you get a show going, keep yours going, or make it better. And if you like what's going on here on the show, I would appreciate it, so appreciate it, if you could leave a rating or review on iTunes. You can find out how to do that at podcastfasttrack.com/review. That's enough of that kind of stuff. Let's get you podcastificated right away. Yeah, we all want to be found in iTunes, don't we? We want to have the people who are searching there in that incredible directory. By the way, did I say it's incredible? iTunes is incredible that it can list so many podcasts and always take more and just feed them out to you. I mean, anyway, that's kind of beside the point, but we all want to be found there when people are searching for what it is we talk about, right? So one of the ways that you can do that, and this won't apply to everyone because not everyone uses the Blubrry Powerpress plugin. Say that fast 5 times. Not everybody uses it as the player and feed distribution plugin on their website because not everybody uses WordPress websites and other people have other options they like better. But if you are using PowerPress, this is really going to help you. In my last post, I told you all about optimizing the ID3 tags in your actual MP3 files in a way that will benefit you in iTunes search. But if you're using PowerPress, you can do all kinds of things in your plugin settings that iTunes can and will pull into their data. So you need to make sure you fill these out well. Now, here's my take on it. When you get into your PowerPress plugin, you're going to have some tabs across the top, okay? You're going to have a feeds tab, okay? First of all, make sure the feed title and the feed description are filled out with the additional keywords. Don't keyword stuff it so that it's obvious you're just fishing for keywords. But create it. Spend some time thinking that through to make sure your feed title and your feed description are filled out with keywords. You can make sure that your rating is set to the appropriate level as well there. G, PG, explicit, whatever. Make sure you've got all that set up correctly. Now, if you want to see an example of what my feed tab looks like, you can go to the show notes at podcastfasttrack.com/004 and see a link there to see an example of what my feeds tab looks like. Now, on the iTunes tab, this is the most important page for metadata when it comes to getting listed in the directories in a way that will help you be found. So you got to make sure you get these things right. Here's what I suggest. There's an option there for iTunes subscription URL. This is the URL that you're given by iTunes after you've submitted your show. It's something like https://itunes.apple.com/us/podcast/name of your great podcast/ID and then a bunch of numbers. If you've lost your subscription URL or you don't know where to get it, go into iTunes and search the store for your show. Once you find it, click the View in iTunes button. That's going to open up your iTunes program on your computer and your show's going to come up. Then you want to hover over your cover art. This is for Windows users. I assume Apple's pretty similar. You're going to hover over your cover art and right click, and it's going to give you an option to copy URL. That's the URL you need. You're going to paste that URL into this field and remove whatever it is that's at the end from the question mark on. So in mine, it was $MT = 2. Okay, I removed all that. So once you see that question mark at the end, you remove everything afterward. Okay, the next field, iTunes program subtitle. This is your tagline or your mission statement for the show. It's another good place to insert some keyword-rich descriptions. But again, be sensible about it. Don't stuff it full of keywords. The iTunes program summary. Give it a punchy, powerful, keyword-rich summary. But don't get spammy about it. Make sure it fits your podcast and the keywords are being used in full sentences. Full sentences is a big deal there, okay? The iTunes episode summary field. Leave the optimized iTunes summary from blog posts unchecked. Okay, I don't have time to explain all that because I'm trying to keep these episodes short, but just trust me on that. Leave it unchecked. Okay, the iTunes program keywords. Okay, now you can only insert 12 keywords separated by commas. Choose wisely, young grasshopper. You can always come back and switch them out if you decide to. Okay, so take some time to think it through, but don't take too much time. Okay, the iTunes category. This is where you're going to choose the genre of your show. Okay, where it fits, what category it fits in. Now, you need to make sure you pick the best appropriate categories for your show. Do not choose podcasting or podcast. That's for shows like this one that are about podcasting. Please make sure you understand that. Don't choose podcasting or podcast. Choose whatever relates to your show, business, education, art, whatever. Pick the one that fits. Then you've got an iTunes category 2. This is a secondary category that fits your show. Fill this out. Don't leave it blank. This is another option for you to be found in a different category. And then lo and behold, look, you have an iTunes category 3, yet another category. Don't leave this one blank either. You have an opportunity to be featured in 3 categories. Make sure you take advantage of that. Now, there's an iTunes explicit field. Okay, this is a little confusing to some people, okay? Choose yes if there is cursing or you speak about sexually explicit or violent topics in your episodes, things that the average person would consider to be explicit. Okay, choose yes if that exists in your show. If you don't, leave it blank. Okay, you can choose clean if you want to, and every episode of your show will say clean, 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 clean right down the road. But you don't need that. If it's blank, people expect that it's clean. All right, that there's no explicit content. Now, having said this, what you're doing here is you're setting this up for your entire podcast feed. Okay. Now, what happens if you have a particular episode that is got some bad language in it, but others don't? Well, you're going to set that on an episode level. And there's another setting in Blubrry, which I can't get into right now, where you can set the opportunity so that on your blog post, it will show on every specific episode. When you put your media link into the Blubrry Powerpress field below your blog post, you're going to see a tick box for explicit or not. Okay. There is a way to set that up in Blubrry, and you'll have to figure that out on your own for right now because I don't have time to get into it in this episode. Okay. The next one, iTunes talent name. This is you, or whoever does your show, whoever the main personality is on your show. Put it in as the talent on the show. And you can add things afterwards like Carey Green / podcast producer / podcaster / entrepreneur / you get the idea. But make sure you put things that are true and that are relevant to your show. Okay, those are opportunities to get more keywords into your search fields. Okay, your iTunes email. This is the email address where iTunes can reach you if needed. This is also where they're going to contact you to let you know your podcast has been approved. Okay, make sure that you fill this out. And then the iTunes new feed URL. You're only going to use this if you ever change your RSS feed. All right, so for now, let's not worry about that. Then up at the top, back to the tabs, there's an artwork tab. All right, the iTunes image. As it says, this is your cover art and should be 1400 by 1400 pixels at least. Okay. Insert the URL where iTunes can find your cover art. Okay. So it's got to be on the web somewhere because they want a URL here. Okay. So you can do that in the media on your website. You can do that on a place like PhotoBucket or Flickr or something like that. But put your iTunes image URL there. The iTunes episode image. This is if you have episode-specific images you're wanting to use. I just use the same one as my iTunes image, and there's a little tick box there, I believe, where you can say, yeah, use the same one. All right, your RSS2 image. Again, use your album art, your cover art. You can use the larger size, but sometimes for podcast players, it will be too large. So that's not a good end-user experience, so a smaller image would be good there. All right, now that's a lot of stuff. Does it really help in iTunes search? Well, let's take an example. Imagine Peter podcast listener is looking for something new to listen to. He goes to iTunes or Stitcher, and he searches for a subject he's interested in. Let's say it's basket weaving. One of your episodes is a conversation with a world-renowned basket weaver, and you tagged that file with the keyword basket weaving, not only in your title to the episode, but also in your description in other places. Guess what? Your episode's going to be one of the results Peter Podcast Listener finds in iTunes. This stuff really works. Really, it does. But it is a lot of time and minutia, but it's worth taking those steps. You see, I not only want your show to sound good, I want it to be found and listened to. What good is it doing you if not? Hey, if you want to look at this in text form, go to the show notes, podcastfasttrack.com/004. And hey, thanks for listening. This show is brought to you by Podcast Fast Track, where my team provides professional podcasting services without the time suck. Full production, editing, and show notes all in one monthly subscription package. You can find out more at podcastfasttrack.com. Now go out and make it a podcastificating day. Give it a punchy, powerful, keyword-rich, the iTunes talent name. That's what I just covered. So why am I saying it again?